Okay, so let's take a look at how you can get the web data into your Power BI. Right, so if you check the cloud version and go for creating the data set, here you have plenty of options, but currently if you choose file or database, you don't seem to have that web feed option. For now, you can use services where you can check for whether particular service is available for you or not. Let's say you don't have any, right? So we can't even take data from Wikipedia. So if I close this and come back, and instead of using the cloud version, we can go for desktop. So Power BI desktop, let's open this, and meanwhile we can also get the data from 2020 Olympics medal table, right? So just use Wikipedia within your query as well. Now if you click on it, we have multiple tables. As you can see, this is the table we will get: gold, silver, bronze total. There are a few other tables below. As you can see, we don't need them. So there are multiple like this. This too is a table, just without borders, and these three as well. So we'll just have to focus our attention on this particular one. So get the URL and go to Power BI desktop. Click on get data. Now let's click other, search for web, right? So online services, within which we can search for web. I don't know where it is located. Let's just check for W, right? We have web, click connect, and here we will have to pass our Wikipedia URL, right? Click OK. Let it have the anonymous login, so it's kind of like web scraping. So let's take a look at available tables. As you can see, there are a lot of tables out there. A lot of them we don't need. This third table, let's take a look at that. As you can see, this is the table that we need, right? So just remember this for now. Check out other standings. No. So these are internal tables for mostly data purpose, right? As you can see, this is something, if you need, you will have to filter the column headers, right? And some of the tables are scattered as well, right? So you can go through them if you want, but you will have to fix on one of the table which is much cleaner, which is this. Let's load this. And now as you can see, I will have to save this and publish this data. If you check the fields, you will have all the columns required. Now let's go and publish this so that we can take this to cloud if you want. Let's save this as web data. Once saved, we can go to our cloud account, where within my workspace we can check it. So let it publish. Now click got it, right? Now within Power BI, what we will do is we will simply browse for our workspace, right? And here we will check the data set named web data, right? We can visualize this auto creating the report. Let's see what it generates. So as you can see, it basically sorts out this gold, silver and bronze, but has no specific records on countries. So such reports you will have to create on your own, right? So as you can see, the rank, there is bronze data as well now, right? Then let's see, finally we have nations data as well, which country won and which didn't. So pretty much auto create does some of the simple stuff, but you can go in depth and create what you want. So this was for um, getting the web data specifically for Wikipedia, and if you want you can process this data on cloud, use the cloud tools, or you can work with it on your desktop as well. Either one would do, right? So this is not just for Wikipedia, which is a lot easier to script for Power BI. If you want, we can take another example where we can find search table and we will be able to import that data too. Okay, so we'll try to find a few additional web-based pages where we have data and that we can take to read within Power BI desktop, right? So what I'm going to do, take one of the vaccination tracker site, then we have get data option, and here let's find web, right? So I'll just add the URL, so WE then B, click on that, give it HTML page that we have here. See, anonymous data connect. Now we need this because it will detect our scraper, which is Power BI specific, right? So let it connect. There are must like around 2-3 tables, possibly more, but we need data, right? So the numbers data is what we're gonna take, right? As you can see, this navigator will take some of that data. We'll just have to pick the one suitable for our case, right? So let's wait till it loads. In case you find this data not so enough, we can also search for more, something like, let's say, wildlife tracker data, let's say 2020, right? You can pick some of that, right? So here, see, this is more of a visual data. So let's pick the studies. So as you can see, I have found another table to view, right? So we'll go out of this, then get data, choose web, and here we will pass on that tabular data, can connect to it anonymously. Let's wait for navigator to show up, considering this is the data and it's pretty big, so let's hope it loads properly. Currently we have one big table, as you can see, that shows two types of data where you can see the cases and name. Unfortunately for us, it is not showing the column names, right? So we can transform them and we can see we don't have this particular column, so we can remove the empty, the one that we don't want, and also we can remove particular column and rows, right? And here you see these are the names that we can change, nation and cases, right? And we finally close and apply. right? So this we can do in Power Query editor. If you want, you can check few other tables as well, right? Like say this CDC data. Okay, so you get the idea how to get various forms of tabular data through web connector in Power BI.